Hello, my name is Catherine Lawsonson. I will be your host for the next 30 minutes as we present to you our farm's foaling techniques. Today we will look at the process of foaling and what we do here at Hesthaven. You will see in detail what items we use in our foaling kit, and you will see the birth of a Norwegian Fjord foal. Sit back and enjoy this incredible experience, and welcome to my world. Before your mare is to birth out, we need to prepare the stall. Foals are very curious, and we need to be sure the environment is safe for them. The mare should be moved into her special area at least 1 month prior to her due date. This gives your mare a chance to settle in and be comfortable in her new home. Some mares prefer company next door, and while others want privacy. You know your mare, give her what she needs. Be sure your birthing stall is large enough for your mare to lie down and have enough room for both the mare and the foal. Here at Hesthaven, we have 16 by 16 stalls built just for foaling out mares. A 12 by 12 stall will do very well. Inspect the stall. The stall must be inspected for protruding nails, sharp edges, splinters, dangling wires or ropes, anything sharp that the mare or foal can find. Prior to the mare moving in, disinfect the stall. There are many products out there. We use Simple Green. It's non-toxic. Be sure the stall is completely dry afterwards. Moisture is a breeding ground for bacteria. Be sure to disinfect the feeder and the water container, both inside and out. If you have a dirt floor and you normally use lime, do not use it a month prior and during the time the foal is in the stall. Lime is caustic. Our stalls here at Hesthaven are wood with a cement floor that is slanted so that the water and moisture will run out of one end of the stall. We cover the cement with rubber mats. On the rubber mats, we use wood pellets to pick up the moisture, then top it off with a thick layer of straw. We replace the wood pellets and straw when needed. I do want to caution you on the use of wood pellets. A foal can nibble on these and choke. We use the wood pellets under the straw as a moisture pickup only. When in doubt, use straw only. Foaling kits are now available commercially, however you can put together your own. It's really easy to do. Here's a few items that we've collected at our farm that work well for us. A flashlight with fresh batteries, your watch, paper and pen, a clean bucket for washing along with cotton sheets for washing, sponges, Ivory liquid soap, athletic bandages, vet wrap for the tail wrap, towels that have been washed in unscented soap, sterile gloves, Hemostats, scissors, Betadine, iodine, fleet enemas, Vaseline, a halter for your mare, and a halter for the foal. I use an extra large draft halter, I'll tell you why later, a chain shank, a twitch, goat nipple and bottle, milk replacement, IgG, and a bucket with a lid for the placenta. We'll go over these in detail one by one. Let's start with the container. It should be large enough to keep everything dry and clean. I check the kit every time a mare is due to make sure that everything is fresh and the expiration dates have not expired. The first item is a flashlight with fresh batteries. One never knows when the foal is due, and you might catch your mare out in the open at night. A good flashlight is always welcome. The next item is a watch. Make sure you have a second hand on it. It is to use to record the times of when the foal was born, when the foal stands, has its first nursing, and releases its first manure. That's why you need item number 3, paper and pen, so that you can keep these recordings. Don't rely on your memory. Items 4 and items 5 is for cleaning the mare prior to birthing out. You want to make sure that the mare's teats are nice and clean, so when the foal is born, he's got something very nice and clean to suck on. Item 6 is a sponge or gauze. You'd like to have that to help clean. Item 7, Ivory liquid soap, is an unscented soap that washes easily. It's one of the best items to use. Item 8, your athletic bandages, vet wrap for a tail wrap. What's in the picture is the brown wrap along with just a black vet wrap. You can use any color. It's to use after you braid your horse's tail, wrap around tight but not too tight, just to keep that area clean. Towels washed in unscented soap. You cannot have too many. Sterile gloves. This is very important, especially if you have a malpositioned foal. These are available at most of your farm supply stores. I suggest having packets of both the long-sleeved and the short available. Item 11, hemostats and scissors. In this photograph, you'll see a hemostats, bandage scissors, regular scissors, and actually a thermometer. These are items that you always want to have in your foaling kit. Item 12, betadine and iodine. Either one is good to sterilize the umbilical cord. Item 13 is enemas. Make sure you have at least a couple available. Item 14 is Vaseline, and in the photograph we have hand sanitizer. The Vaseline is used for taking the temperature. Your hand sanitizer is self-explanatory. Having a halter for your mare and for your foal is very important. That's items 15 and 16. Item 17 is an extra large draft halter. I use it upside down on the foal. This is an item that helps me handle the foal when I'm by myself. 18 and 19 are your chain shank and your twitch. These items are used to handle your mare if you have a mare that does not want to nurse the foal. It's always a good idea to have some form of a sedative mixture, either Becalm, Quietex, a little bit of Bute, and that is to relieve the colicky pains in the mare after foaling. Item 20 is your goat nipple and bottle. This is used if you need to nurse the foal without the mare. 21 is a sample of a milk replacement. Folac happens to be one of the popular brands. It's the #1 brand for replacing the milk in case your mare does not milk up. And IG&G is very important to have on stock. You need to have a bucket with a lid for the placenta. After the placenta exits the mare, gather it up, place it in a bucket so you or your vet can inspect it. As you can see, here is my kit. Bottom line, be prepared. Let's watch a foal being born. What you're hearing is the water breaking on this mare. As you can tell by the sounds, there's a lot of water coming out. Here's the first foot. And more fluid. The mare's going to get up because the mare is a little more stressed than normal due to the foal being slightly malpositioned. what has happened is the foal lodged its leg on the pelvic brim due to the foreleg not being fully extended. You'll see that the mare will get up and she will reposition herself, trying to change the position of the baby. As we walk around to take a look at where the baby is, my assistant Amy Evers will come in and actually help the mare and reposition the baby's leg. In this case, Amy did not wear gloves, but she did sanitize her hands. And she's going to very carefully try to grab the right front leg and pull it forward. You want to make note not to tear open the bag at this position or at this time. So with the contractions of the mare, she will pull. She will not fight the mare by pulling against the contractions. If the mare was to get up at this time, there'd be no danger. Allow the mare to get up. Again, the mare is just rocking back and forth in order to try to get that leg extended further to clear the pelvic area. The hardest part for a mare to birth is actually the shoulders. Baby is fully out and starts to move on his own, and Amy assists by breaking the bag open, allowing the baby to have its first breath. If you notice there's some slight tissue by his nose, we'll clear that out in a minute. Just directly after birthing, the baby will have nursing reflexes. As you can see, he's starting to try to nuzzle his mom. Newborn foals enter the world without antibody protection. Foals are totally dependent upon the antibodies absorbed through the digestion of their dam's first milk, called colostrum. We prefer here at Hesthaven to have a bottle of IgG available in case a mare does not come into her milk to prevent failure of passive transfer. Please talk with your local vet more about IgG. What we will normally do at our barn is we'll get a hot bran mash ready for the mare, and it's mostly a bran mash with warm water, some carrots and apples mixed in, and that helps the mare get her digestive system back in order. It also keeps the mare down a little bit so that she can be more comfortable, and it gives us a chance to do some imprinting and working with the foal. This is good imprinting of the mother to the foal. And Amy's feeding now the mare her bran mash. And while the bran mash is being eaten by Mom, we'll take a look at the baby. We'll finish clearing the sack off of him. And we'll prepare to cut the umbilical cord. That's where we want to use a clamp, scissors, and our iodine or betadine solution to sterilize after we cut the umbilical cord. Right now, the last of the blood from the mother is going to the baby, so we like to have the umbilical cord be connected as long as possible before breaking it or before cutting it. Amy's returning with a string, towels, scissors, and clamps, items that we'll use to take care of the baby and the mother. She'll gently remove the rest of the sack from the legs. We noticed that there was still a little bit more bleeding, so we went ahead and reclamped the umbilical cord. Again, Amy should have sterile gloves on. Instead, we did sterilize her hands prior to handling the animal. It's always good to have plenty of clean towels washed in a solution that is non-fragrant. Okay, here she's taking our iodine solution and pouring it over the umbilical cord area. My favorite thing to do is to take the sheath of the syringe and pour it into that sheath, and then just bring the container up against the umbilical cord and shake it. You spill a lot less of your iodine solution. But you definitely want to make sure the umbilical cord is dipped 2 to 3 times a day until it's totally dried up. Amy's taken a clean towel and she's going to rub the baby dry. She's checking teeth. She's just rubbing all over just to try to get the baby dry and warm. Be sure to have towels that were washed in non-scented soap. Here you see the placenta. I'm grabbing it. I took a regular baling twine and tying it to the center, and then I'll lift it up. And I'm basically tying the placenta up so that it's not dragging on the ground, so that when all of this placenta comes out, it'll be all in one piece. Again, this is a great time to wear gloves if you're a little squeamish. Both my assistant Amy and myself don't mind touching the raw placenta, but if you're a little squeamish, a pair of rubber gloves will do well. We're picking up the placenta and putting it in the bucket so we may inspect it later. This is the mucus plug. It's always a good idea to let mom and baby have some me time. It's very normal for the mare to lick her baby and to lick her baby dry. Here we're showing the foal standing up for its first time. It's okay to give them a little boost and get their feet up under him. There he is, up for the first time. Little wobbly, but he's made it. And here we're showing nursing. You can guide the baby to where the teats are and just keep him steady, and eventually he'll find where the good milk is. Hello again. Foaling out our mares here at Hestehaugen is by far the most rewarding and best part of my job. It's an awesome experience. It's also a major responsibility. If you're thinking about breeding your mare, be sure you have the time and financial means to raise a foal properly. My name is Catherine Lawsonson, and I thank you for joining me today. I hope you'll join us again as Welcome to My World presents Imprinting the Equine.